Hello and welcome back. Susan Zummo here, intuitive and originator of soul patterning harmonics. Okay, here we go for the message. What I heard today was, is your house clean? So we are bombarded with information, with frequency, with emotions, with everything coming in all at once right now. And I was told that this could really clog up my inner self, my emotional self, right? And so I must be aware to clean out all of that external detritus that's coming in, right? So that it doesn't lodge within me and create something that needs to be looked at or released later on. So house cleaning, inner house cleaning on a regular basis is going to be required now. We have so much coming to the fore. Everywhere you look, there is some kind of shocking news, some kind of very emotional information coming in, not to mention the fact that we have all kind of astrological alignments. We have frequencies coming in, again, downpouring from the soul as always, but also from the cosmos. All of these frequencies are designed to bring whatever is within us as individuals and as collective humanity, designed to bring up those things which need to be cleared away in order for us to move in an expansive direction and lift our frequency. So the question I was given, or the thought I was given, was about my filter. And I thought that was a good question. We are being challenged to examine our own filters. How do you filter information? How do you see or understand what you hear, what's being brought to you, right? So look at your filter. What filter do you see the world through? Do you see the world through a spiritual filter, through a love filter, through a fear filter, right? Do a filter of disappointment, maybe. So we want to look at our filters, because I'm going to tell you that a lot of what you're going to see coming up in the next months and through the rest of this year are all about information that was known but not really known, things that are going to come to the fore that are going to trigger a lot of people depending upon their filter. Now, some people have a filter, excuse me, some people have a filter that says everything's going wrong. You know, everything's going wrong. We're all going to die. It's just a matter of how horrible it's going to be and when it's going to happen. Then some of us have a different filter, right? Some of us have the filter of, well, we're in a period of upheaval, and all of this needs to come up so that we can clear it out and move into new realities, right? Move into a different kind of reality. It's really going to be important at this time, because you will be able to see and understand not only your own filters, but the filters of those around you, the filters of those you see on YouTube, the filters of those you see in the news, if you watch the news, the filters of those who you work with, who you interact with, who you're related to. All of that is going to be crystal clear for you. And that always provides us with the opportunity to reflect on our own filters, right? And maybe to help some others move into different realities and to heal, right? What this means and why is it so important is because as all this information comes to the fore, as the world is bombarded with unseen truths in the majority, people have to grieve. If they are able to release their old worldview and embrace the truth in front of them, they will go through a grieving period. Everybody does. For those of us who have already gone through it, we're going to be needed. People are going to need healing. They're going to need advice. They're going to need understanding, right? Now, I'll confess that there's a little part of me that just loves to say, I told you so. And I have someone in my life who will text me all the time and say, oh, you were right about that. And it really does give me a little pleasure, I have to say. But I also have to remember that everybody learns in their own pace, everybody comes to the truth in their own way, and everybody makes it their own truth in their own particular and unique process. So I only gloat for a second or two, and then I go back into understanding. I was asked, where am I on the healing scale? Am I buried in old beliefs and memories that have to be released? Or have I released some of those memories and old beliefs? And now I can turn around and help others who are in the process that I just completed. Well, I think you know where we all are, and those of you who are watching this. To be empathic does not mean to be buried in someone else's emotions and feelings. It doesn't mean that we drown in the water of emotion with them. To be empathic means we feel, we understand, and then we uplift. Empathy is a wonderful, wonderful trait. It's a wonderful skill. I think it's a blessing. But if it becomes too in the other direction, too much of us absorbed in it, right? Or losing the self in the emotion of someone else, not so good. Not so good, right? So, and listen, take it from a person who felt my children's experiences and then took them on. Not really good. So we all have to learn to keep that empathic nature, but also to find the balance and to allow others to have their emotions without us trying to experience it and fix it for them. So this is going to apply to everyone in your life, family, friends, clients, people that you work with, right? The other thing that we need to look at is, are we still in judgment? Do we want to see others get what they deserve, right? We live in a world of duality. We see what we perceive to be good things happening and bad things happening. And the part of us that is seeking justice wants to see them get what they deserve. Well, they're going to get what they deserve, as we all do, because we all create experiences for ourselves. We all get to live the consequences of those experiences and choices, and that's what we deserve. So I want to see people, everyone, get what they deserve, but not in a punishing way. I was told this morning that karma is not a punishment, it's a blessing. I was reminded that the universe is kind and it will whisper the truth. Then it will speak the truth. Then it will shout the truth. And it will keep shouting until we finally pay attention. Now, once we pay attention, we have to decide if we're going to act on the truth or continue to ignore it. And that's absolutely our choice, right? So in my book, Mapping the Inner Landscape, I remembered today about a woman, a student of mine, who called me one day and said that her oil burner, her heater in her house had gone, and they had to have someone come in and fix it and replace it. It was in the middle of the winter, and so you wanted to have heat, right? And then some weeks later, she called to tell me that her husband's car, the engine had gone. It had to be replaced, right? So we have the heater in the house, the oil burner. We had the engine in the car. And the last call she made to me was to let me know that her husband had had a heart attack. So in my book, I talk about how we are alerted to what we need to see and address first in the house, then in the car, and then in the body. And for me, this has always held true. And so I was reminded that we have had whispers of truth, of what's really running the world that we live in. Then we've had those step up and speak the truth. And now the truth is being shouted at us with bullhorns, right? Speakers, loud. It is very loud. And so for those who have done their house cleaning and cleared their filters, you will feel lighter. You will feel lighter because you will no longer be holding two realities within yourself. What you know to be real, and then the elusive world that you're living in. And so that's going to free up a lot of energy within you and create a much lighter experience for you. And I can tell you, I'm really looking forward to it. To some degree, I've already experienced a lot of that. And I think maybe you have too. But I feel that it's going to get much more expansive, right? Much more expansive as we move into May and June. Okay. So something really nice to look forward to. You may feel better physically. You may find that your body begins to relax. Maybe your being begins to relax, right? Your thoughts begin to relax. You'll notice that some of that background noise that we are constantly subjected to stops. And sometimes you don't notice those things until they do stop, right? And it allows parts of us to relax that haven't relaxed to this date. You're going to have more energy to begin those new projects and those new endeavors that you've been looking forward to and maybe haven't had the oomph to do it, right? Just haven't had the energy to do it. So you'll see that things are going to pick up for you, and understanding that doing new things in a different way is an exciting adventure, not a struggle. Because if we have mostly completely let go of our old way of doing things, right? If we are looking forward to being different, if we are different, if we're moving in a different way, then creating in a new and different way is going to be exciting, rather than how come nothing's working for me because I'm doing what I always do and it's not paying off. So release those old things if you haven't already, and look forward to doing things differently, right? Do them in a different way. You know, when I used to write courses, I would sit down and I would write an outline. And then I would tune in and I would fill in each section of the outline. And then I would create a PowerPoint. And then I would write the notes for the PowerPoint. And everything was in place and everything was said and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there came a point in time where I sat down and I couldn't come up with an outline. I only came up with 2 or 3 different ideas of what I wanted to teach. And it was very frustrating to me because I'm like, okay, where's the outline? How am I going to do the PowerPoint? And what I was told was there is no outline and there is no PowerPoint. Write down your ideas and then tune in and use your intuition to bring through what the people who are going to come to the class will need to learn and experience. And I've been doing that ever since. And I can tell you that as I've gotten more comfortable with it and as I've gotten better at it, the experiences in the classes have been a lot deeper. They've been a lot more profound. And people are really expanding, including myself. So don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to approach things differently. You're not losing anything. You're just gaining new experiences. And that's how I look at it. So clear your filters, clean your house, see things with open eyes so that you can be of benefit to others. You know, some people are going to be faced with the truth, and even though it's shouting at them, they will stick with what they are and where they are in the moment. I saw a woman in a podcast a little while ago where someone went out and said, they read a quote from a wonderful leader, right, a religious leader. And then they gave the individual, they ascribed that quote to someone that the individual did not like. And when the information was revealed that this had been from the first person, the individual said, well, I'm not there. That's not where I am. I'm here. And I'm not going to change my opinion. I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be open to changing what you know and changing who you can be when presented with new information, right? Yes, use your discernment, but be open to new information. Be open to change. Be open to being different, right? I can honestly tell you that when we leave this life and we are on the other side, nobody is going to ask you what your political party was. No one. And so we want to look at life. We want to understand what our filters are. If your filter is your political party and that's how you experience your entire life, that's probably a little limiting and you want to let go of that, right? Do you know that life is a blessing and that everything's going to work out for you? That's a great filter to have. And that might be one that you want to hold on to or switch over to. But I want you to think about these things and I want you to use them to look at your own filters and to look within your own inner house and see what's there that you might want to shift or you might want to change. Because I'm telling you, everything in the universe is going to start shouting. And if you have an unclean house or you have dirty filters, it's going to create chaos for you, and you are not going to want to experience that. All right, so just a quick before we go. First, I want to thank everybody for watching the videos. You know, I don't have a Patreon. I'm not going to do that. I've been doing these videos as a service for the last couple of years, I think. I think it's been 2 years. Anyway, so if you can share them, comment, like, all that great stuff so we can get the message out to other people. That's the most important thing to me. March 22nd, I'll be doing the third portal. If you're interested in joining, please reach out to me. We still have time to get you in there. On April 5th, I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing a soul patterning harmonics workshop, and we are going to have you working with your crystalline grid for healing and consciousness expansion. So if you are interested in making a greater connection to the crystalline grid, get in touch with me because you're going to love this class. And then lastly, on April 11th, we're going to do the light code activations to get you ready for the next phase that's coming in this year. So that's everything I've got for right now. Until next week, I wish you many blessings.